All right, welcome back to the Farm Cook Kitchen. Today we're going to be making chicken fajitas. And we have our ingredients here. All we gotta do is combine this to get the chicken started marinating. We're gonna give it a couple of hours to soak and break down and pick up some of the flavor from all the lovely stuff we have here. And then we're gonna transition to the outdoor Farm Cook Kitchen and cook everything for these fajitas on the big flat top. So come along, let's make some dinner. All right, in the bowl we've got some boneless, skinless chicken breasts broken down into bite-sized pieces. This is 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. By the way, you can use chicken thighs, you can use whatever you'd like. This is what I had, and this is what my family likes. So into this mix, we're gonna go throw a handful of cilantro leaves. This is the equivalent of about 5 cloves of garlic. They were actually just 2 cloves of garlic, but they were enormous. I just squish those. Want to get those in. We've got some lime juice here. This is a pretty good amount of lime juice. This is about maybe a quarter of a cup. We need a little bit of that acid component. In fact, we need a little bit more of that acid component to help with the flavor and to break down and infuse the chicken with this flavor. So I've got another cup of rice vinegar, which is a very, very nice vinegar. It's not super sharp flavor. What else? I'm gonna add a little bit of chili. My family does not like a whole lot of heat. So we're just gonna add a little bit of that, maybe, I don't know, quarter of a teaspoon, a little bit of sazon completo, a little bit of already put together fajita seasoning, and a little bit of fresh ground black pepper, a little bit extra salt. So that was probably, I don't know, maybe 1.5 pounds of chicken. And all we're gonna do now is just mix everything up. Let it soak in the refrigerator for the next couple of hours. And then we'll be ready to put these on the griddle and get them going. One last bit that needs to go in. Gonna add some neutral oil. This is avocado oil. And that's it's just gonna round out the marinade and be really nice when the chicken hits the griddle. So we've got some garlic, fresh lime, fresh cilantro, some seasonings. And once you have everything together and broken down, it doesn't take very long to put together the marinade. This is something that, for those of you that do meal prep, this is a great dish to do in advance and do a lot of, so you can have it available during the week and then just reheat it, toast up a couple of tortillas and have that available as something that you can rely on during the week. So we're just gonna let these guys sit for a bit and we'll come back to them in a couple of hours and finish cooking on the flat, and I'm pointing out there because that's where the griddle is. Finish cooking that on the flat top. We're now getting ready for fajitas on the Blackstone. This is a 36-inch Blackstone Griddle. It is an awesome fajita making machine. It's great for a lot of other things as well. But tonight, this is going to be dinner prep 101. So let me get this cleaned up and started heating, and we'll get to cooking some fajitas right away. All right, the griddle has been preheated. First thing that's up, chicken is going on.
We're gonna let this cook for a little bit, and then we'll get the veg going and eventually combine everything together. This is just gonna take another couple minutes. At this point, we're just gonna let the chicken do its thing on the griddle top, get a little bit of a sear on the outside, and then we'll start flipping and integrating the rest of the meal together. All right, it's been a couple of minutes. The chicken is cooking nicely. Everything is proceeding apace. And what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of oil to this side of the griddle to get the veg going. So the chicken had oil in it in the marinade. The veg is just dry. So we're starting off with the onions. Try and keep them separated initially. They'll eventually come together. Trying to bring them up to temperature. Get a little bit of a sear on the outside of these guys before we start mixing everybody together. And by the way, you don't need this. There are recipes for doing fajitas in the oven. You can certainly do it on your stove with a skillet. Having this makes it a lot easier, a lot more efficient. You can cook a lot of food very, very quickly. So, very much enjoy this. Again, great for meal prep. So the onions are starting to break down. Let's scooch them around a little bit. Now I think it's time for the peppers. We have some peppers. Add a little bit of veggie oil and a little bit of extra seasoning for the onions and the peppers with the fajita seasoning. Now the onions have had a chance to cook a little bit. They're going to get it integrated in with the peppers. And pretty soon this will all be integrated into one big mass. It's been about 2 minutes that the peppers have been on, and another probably 2 minutes before that the onions were on. And they were cut small enough so that they would cook pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do now is integrate everybody together and try and make sure all of the juices that the chicken was marinating in get integrated and incorporated with the rest of the veg. It is coming together nicely. Lots of veg for this recipe, just because my family happens to enjoy lots of veg. So lots of peppers, lots of onions. It's just the red, yellow, orange pepper mix. Again, our family is not a big fan of the green peppers. You could do whatever you'd like, whatever peppers you like. But this is sort of a fun and festive look at making chicken fajitas on the flat top. We're almost done. Want to make sure everybody gets integrated, all the peppers, all the onions, everything starts to break down, but not get to the point where it is mush. Don't like, nobody likes a mushy fajita. So let me find a fairly good sized piece of chicken and see, are we done? Yep, that is totally cooked through. I'll try another one just to do some quality assurance. Yep, totally cooked through. So this phase is done. What we're going to do now is scoop everything together into one big pile, get it off the fire. And we're gonna heat up some tortillas. Can't have fajitas without some sort of a wrap. And in this case, we've got a couple of flour tortillas for my family and a low-carb flour tortilla for me. Just gonna warm those up on the griddle and make sure they're nice and pliable and yummy and delicious. Meanwhile, this is just hanging out here, staying warm on this side of the fire. And the tortillas don't take long here. By the way, if I wasn't cooking on the flat top, I would just heat these over an open burner on the stove. That's what I typically do if I'm not firing up the griddle. So these guys are warming up nicely. I think they're pretty much ready, and we're gonna get ready to serve. Let's go. All right, this is gonna be wonderful. I can't wait. It smells delicious. And what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of the cilantro crema, put it down as sort of a base layer on the tortilla. Add a little bit of shreddy cheese, a little bit of fresh cilantro, a little bit of green onion. Oh my goodness. And then grab some of the wonderful fajita mix. That looks pretty good. Put a little more topper of the cilantro crema together. Oh my goodness. Maybe a little bit of tomato as well. A little fresh tomato never hurt anyone. So here we have chicken fajitas on the Blackstone Griddle. And there's enough in there so it's not going to close up perfectly, but that's okay. Let's figure it out. Nice mix of the veg with the marinated chicken. Nice mix of the veg with the marinated chicken. Cilantro cream provides a little bit of creaminess and a little bit of spice, a little bit of bite. Yummy. This is a terrific dish. Not hard to do. Chop up some veg, dice up some chicken, marinate it, put it in a skillet, put it in your oven, make some cilantro crema for a topper, and enjoy. Terrific. Thanks.